Katy
She
Perry,
she's getting
you know,
dragged by the internet right now.
a moment of silence for Katy Perry.
You know,
Over. Done. I think her career is it's been wishy-washy in the past few years. It's not what it used to be. It's not as strong as it used to be. I don't think she should have left American Idol personally. Um, I think that's really what was doing well for her and like in the good
yeah.
graces. But like she just went on Call Her Daddy for those who didn't see, and she was asked about Dr. Luke. And we previously have had people who've collaborated with Katy Perry on the podcast and more. And let's say Katy Perry was asked specifically about why she chose to work with Dr. Luke. And her answer is just Miss USA, like to a core, where she didn't really even, in her answer, acknowledge the fact that she's like, yes, this person has done things that are heinous, foul, and more. She basically said in her response when Alex Cooper asked, did you why did you invite Dr. Luke? She's like, I worked with a wider range of collaborators. She's like, I worked with people who've been with me since Teenage Dream, since all of this, but this is a product of me and like what I chose to do with my storytelling. And so I I've seen a lot of responses on this. Everyone's like, the hell was this answer? But
Yeah.
her answer was along the lines of like, I just kind of looked the other way, you know?
I didn't take it that way because I feel like we've discussed this in the past that the likely reason that she worked with him is because she's still under contract with him. And so if you are just taking that hypothetical situation that we put out there and we discussed a few
Right.
weeks ago, should that still be the case, there's not much she can say. She's not going to if she's still stuck under contract, that's she can't give that answer. There are
I mean, Doja
confident
Cat's given that answer.
there well, or maybe I don't know. Maybe
Maybe. I don't know. I
she
don't know
didn't give
either.
yeah, she didn't give an answer. I'll agree with you with that. She kind of dodged the question, and kind of answered it without really answering it by saying yes, there are. But I mean, she kind in a way she did answer it in the sense that like her music shouldn't be reflective of one singular person since there were multiple people that worked on the album. We don't know how closely she worked with Dr. Luke. If anything, like with many producers in Hollywood when it comes to film or television, like when it says this project is produced by, such and such celebrity, Chrissy
Hmm.
Teigen's new TV show. Chrissy Teigen is usually just a name attached to the show, right? She's not in the day to day meetings. You have some people that are more active, some aren't. We don't know to what degree Dr. Luke worked on this album specifically, or what degree she wanted to work with Dr. Luke on this album, but, she's standing by her decision. I mean, as far as I'm aware, not that I love Dr. Luke and not that I want to defend him at all, but as far as we're aware he's not been convicted of any felonies. I believe that whatever happened in court, happened in court, and we don't know
Right.
all the details of the situation with Kesha. I have deep empathy for Kesha, and I hope now she feels made whole as a result of all of what went down with Dr. Luke. But I wish Katie would have. No, I think her answer was fine. I think it was sufficient for what she did. I don't think it's fair. I think too many people are judging Katie for this choice to work with Dr. Luke, and we don't know the details of her contract, and we don't know how deeply involved Dr. Luke was in this album. And I'm pretty sure the reason she didn't answer it is because she can't.
Yeah, we don't really know. It's weird how like some people again have spoken on like I owe this person albums. There could be a deeper relationship between two of them. Maybe there's the sides that say she doesn't believe what happened. There's the sides who are like, she's ignoring what happened and looking at his musical talents. There's a lot of directions which people point to, but again, we just don't know. It just seems to have people be disappointed for at least for her not to be forthcoming and say a more on the nose answer to that question. But I feel like if she couldn't talk about it, I feel like a publicity person, someone in the room would have said to Alex Cooper, you cannot ask about Dr. Luke. They
Yeah.
would have really tried to control that narrative. But I feel like she hasn't gotten out of this hole when it comes to all of the questions and more, because this just brings up even more. We're never going to know an answer. We're never going to know what the real reason is, or what happened. But people are again circulating that group chat that had Kesha and Lady Gaga talking about Katy Perry and why they're disappointed in her.
Yeah.
So it is in a way disappointing, but also like we're never going to get to it. Don't know. Go stream if you want. If you don't. But Women's World, just that single is got a lot of weird connotations because of who also produced with it. So like
But
if it
again, you and
wasn't
I both know that a producer's name on any sort of body of work doesn't necessarily mean that the producer had a strong hand on it.
true, no, it's true.
Sometimes these really are contract things. Um, I mean, we list a lot of people when we say produced by the produced by this person, that person, and we know not everybody holds the same level of responsibility. Sometimes, people have different roles that come in and out and different levels of responsibility that, a name listed doesn't always mean that that person has the same level of contribution that somebody else has.
It's the Pop Report.
So juicy.